You know, it's all about this. And that's why I say it's more culture and cultural than it is players. You know, I just think nowadays you got guys trying to get paid, guys trying to, you know, they want to live like rock stars. You know, they want to.
If they're Dallas Cowboys.
You know, you got guys that live above the star. They want to live up to the star. You know, guys like me, I try to hide from the star. You know, on a playing field, I own it. I'm like, yeah, like this is me. Like I love it. Like,
But off the field, you ain't got time for all that.
yeah, I want to be left alone. I want to be quiet. Like I like to just be to myself. But you know, some guys like to live up to it. Like they like to live up to that name. You know, so I think I really do believe it's more cultural in how guys think. Cause you know, everyone's cool when they up 14. But when it's like down 14, everybody looking to the left, everybody looking to the right, everybody that's like.
How do you find out those who think the way you want to think and those who don't before they get into a Cowboy uniform, before they get into the same locker room as you? Because that's a tough thing to discover, wouldn't you say?
I would say the film don't lie though. You can look at the film and say, man, he's giving everything he got. He ain't taking no plays off. He ain't letting that person mess with him or beat him. Like he just, I think the film, and then you could talk to somebody, you could tell how you like to live. Like everybody like to party, get a drink, you know, here and there, you know, the right setting, but you want to be 24/7, like.
Everybody handle the pressure though. And I asked that question strictly as a Cowboy because clearly y'all the most valued franchise worth over $9 billion. Everybody looks at y'all and they see what they see. The publicity, the hype. It's the Dallas Cowboys. That to me is why I laugh at the fans, because to me the fans are y'all biggest impediment. Because they put so much pressure on y'all because they act so abnormal compared to other fan bases that it puts immense pressure on y'all. Everybody can't handle it. And that's why I usually know that y'all gonna fall because of those fans.
Well, what they say, right? Pressure's a privilege, right?
That's right. I say that.
It's not a right, it's a privilege. Okay. It's a privilege to wear the star. And I feel like every time I step on the field, and you can ask anybody, any player I went against, any coach, say you play the game the right way.
Right.
So I don't really think it's the pressure. I think it's more just, like I said, it's here. Because at the end of the day, when you in that game and you worry about everything else was going on, then is you really focus on the game? Is your mind really right? You feel me? Like, every time you step on the field, it should be about winning.
Emmitt Smith had such strong comments about you guys. Emmitt Smith, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Emmitt Smith talked about his disappointment, talked about a lot of different things. You heard what he had to say about you guys. Your thoughts?
I mean, you can't be mad about how everybody's opinionated, right? You know that.
And he's qualified.
Yeah, he's qualified.
Uniform, a superstar, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Leading rusher.
No question.
I mean, I'm not mad at Emmitt about his comments. I don't take it personal. I just think I take it more personal as like, you're right. We got to be better. You got to take constructive criticism from greatness. They were just at a standard that we got to get everybody else too. You know, back in, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about, they didn't have all the, now some of them did about the extra stuff, but you know, the game was different 20 years ago. You know, it's a whole different game. 30 years ago.
No doubt about it. But I would say this. I think that when you think about Emmitt, you think about Troy, you think about Playmaker, you think about Charles Haley and all of these guys, especially those first three that I mentioned. What resonates with me is when they arrived. When they first arrived on the Cowboys just there. They built that. You see what I'm saying? Which means y'all got a chance to build it.
And I think we slowly are building it. Each year we get another guy. Think about how DeRon Bland stepped up. Now we're going to get DeRon Bland, Trayvon. I mean, you got Hooker, you got Olsen, you got me, you got Sam Williams, you got Dak, you still got CeeDee Lamb that they're going to give an extension to. You got Ferguson, you get the young cat, Tyler Smith, and you building this dynamic roster. Now it's like, the question is, and you know, I think a lot of it is like we got all these vets that's been there so long, and they think they got this idea of what everything is, and I think it's time for the younger guys to rise.
I got an interesting question for you, Micah Parsons, because, no matter how much, I can't stand Cowboy fans, I got love for you, bro. And I got to tell you, I think you deserve to be paid. You obviously a 3-time Pro Bowler. In your 4 seasons in the NFL, you got 40.5 sacks. You got 89 quarterback hits. You're 3-time Pro Bowler. You've been doing your thing, no doubt about it. You're 3+ years in the league. I'm looking at you, and I'm saying, this brother speaks up for CeeDee Lamb. I saw him on your podcast. You was with your brother. You all root for him. So he's about to get his contract. We know that Dak Prescott has to get some money. But my concern is that I hope they don't get in the way of you getting your money.
Nah.
Now, I mean, have you thought about that at all?
Nah.
Have you thought about that?
For me, everyone's always worried about what's meant for you is meant for you. If I'm meant to get it, I'm going to get it. I think Steven and Jerry, at the end of the day, want to take care of their guys, but they want to take care of the right guys, and they got to do things strategically, how to cap hit. I don't know how it truly works, only they do. So, if they call my number and say, hey, we ready, we ready. But if not, I'm going to put another Pro Bowl year. It only gets more expensive, right?
It only gets more expensive assuming you don't get hurt. Football's a very violent sport. It's a very physical game.
I mean, if that's guys playing, like I can't play like that. I'm gonna play how I play, and if something happens.
But they can after March they could sign you. They could choose to franchise tag you into 2025. I mean, would you take that? Would you still go out on the field? Some players would sit out. What would you do?
I think it would be too expensive to do that. My 5th-year option is already a top 3 franchise tag. So if they did that again, I would be making, and it just goes against the cap more. I don't think they would do that.
And you've been on the record stating, quote, you want to be a Cowboy for life.
Yeah.
Man, where are you from? Ain't you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Ain't that damn close to the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like,
I'm sure Eagles will. Why do you don't want to be a Cowboy for life?
Because I called on the star. I called him. I said, Dallas, come get me.
You called Dallas.
I called Dallas. When I was in pre-draft, I was watching the Cowboys. I said, bro, I want to be, and I played in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. And I was like, I want to be back in Dallas.
So you went to the Cotton Bowl in Dallas.
Yeah.
But you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's 2 hours from Philadelphia. And you called the Cowboys to say you wanted to be with Dell?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
That's what God told me. I'm going to win a championship in Dallas. I'm telling you right now. I told everyone that I wanted to be a Dallas Cowboys, and I feel like my vision is not for no reason. Like, I'm going to be a champion, and I believe you got to fail to win. And I failed a couple times, and that's okay. But each time I learn. Now I know exactly what I have to do to get people around me better.
To get people around you better.
Yeah.
How about getting the right people around?
You can do that, but sometimes you got what you got. You got to get them better.
And you're not worried at all about getting on that field before you get paid? No.
If I do what I'm supposed to, I'm going to get paid.